All right, guys, welcome to our third session of the Homeschooling the Hard Subjects webinar series. As you know, this is a 2.0 series where we have instructors coming in to teach kids. Last year, we did parents, and it went so well, and we got so much great feedback that we decided to do our kids' classes for these, and they have been amazing so far. If you've missed any of them, you can go ahead back to our YouTube, to our Facebook, or here on our website, where you can view those as well. We've had a lot of great fun. As you guys know, that this series coincides with our homeschool collection, which actually goes live on the 27th of this month. From the 24th through the 26th is our preview period, which is always so much fun because we give away free products for you guys. So put that on your calendars. Be ready for it. Look for your favorite bloggers to be promoting that as well. This year is something really great. We actually had so many products that we had to separate it into two different options for you to choose from, so that we can make it still an amazing discount for you. All right, I am here. I'm your host. I am Brooke, the owner and creator of Homeschool Resource Co. And I am here with Suzanne Ghost from Flip Flop Spanish. And I am really excited about this. We're involved with a lot of I think I've said it many times on here before, but we pastor and we're involved with a lot of missions in Honduras and things like that. So my kids are always really excited to learn about Spanish. And I told her before we got on, I said, look, I am Cajun to the core. I am really country. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this stuff on camera because I'm going to embarrass myself. So, Suzanne, it's so great to have you here with us. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and talk about Flip Flop Spanish and what you do before we get started.
All right. I'm excited to be here. My favorite thing is teaching. And so I just love getting to turn on light bulbs and help people see that they really can learn Spanish, even if they're Cajun. So we're going to be talking about bingo and how to build sentences. And that's what See It and Say It is all about. For Flip Flop Spanish, you see a picture, I give you the word, and you learn Spanish the same way you learned your first language. We did not sit our little babies down and say, this is how you sound it out. And so that's why it's so hard for a lot of us to learn Spanish, is because that's what we're doing. But your brain is hardwired to see an item, hear what it sounds like, and then just assign it. But, the traditional American how to learn a foreign language system has kind of messed with our brains of, we have to have a list of words. So we're going to debunk that today, and we're going to learn some words. I mean, if you got See It and Say It, I know I have a lot of families that have See It and Say It already. Let me grab this thingy here. And I've got some flashcards here. So this is the Me Gusta card. This is what my cards usually look like. They're photos. And Me Gusta means I like it. On the back, we have the Spanish and the English and the phonetic spelling. But what you're looking at is the photo, Me Gusta. I bet you can do that, Brooke. You want to try? Me Gusta?
Sorry, I was in the chat and I muted myself so you didn't hear me typing, but me gusta.
Me gusta. You did it already. And she added the action with it. So me gusta. I like it. So she wasn't trying to sound it out and worried about the phonetic spelling or anything like that. She just heard me and repeated me. And so that's what the See It and Say It looks like, is the photo. Whenever we want to add action into it, I have cartoons and drawings and things like that. But whenever you really want to grab vocabulary, you want photos. So today, if you haven't downloaded your bingo card, I want you to go over to the link. Brooke's doing a great job adding that link down there in the chat room. And that's a free resource. You don't have to put in your credit card. You don't have to do anything. You do have to put in your email address, because that's how you get it. So you click through for that $0 thing, hit checkout, and it's going to come directly to your email address. There it is. And so whenever you click that, you're going to get a few pieces of paper. The first one has a list of words. We're not worried about that today. We're not worried about the list of words, because we're going to have fun playing bingo. The second piece of paper is got our drawing on it. So this is what we're going to be learning with today. So look at all those words. We're going to learn 20 something. What's 4 times 5? 20. We're going to learn 20 words today. And then we're going to cut those out, and it's going to be super hands-on and engaging after we go through each word. So don't start cutting them out, because I want them to stay in order. You do need something to draw with or color with. So any kind of crayon, magic marker, pencil, whatever you want. I'm going to be using amarillo, azul, y rosa. And so if you already knew your colors, you're like, oh, I understood that. If you didn't know your colors, I'll say it again. Amarillo, that's yellow. Can you see it? Amarillo, azul, y rosa. And I'll be saying a few of those words as we go, just because I always want to keep you challenged. So wherever you are is X. So if you know 0 Spanish, your X is 0. If you know some Spanish, then that's where your X is. And I'm trying to get you to X plus 1. So whenever I speak Spanish And if your X is at 0, just don't worry about it. That part's not for you. But I'm trying to challenge those of you that already know a little bit of Spanish. I'm adding one level above. Not X plus 10. I'm not going to speak Spanish the whole time. I'm not going to speak quickly. I'm not going to overwhelm you. I'm trying to get you challenged slightly. So because I already said rosa, amarillo, y azul, the next time I say it, you're going to be like, oh, I kind of understood that. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to encourage you the whole time. So I'm kind of talking a little bit right now so that everybody can download your bingo sheet. You can print it off, and then I'm going to go over to my document camera, and we're going to start working, going through our words, coloring them as we say them 3 times. So studies show for neuroscience, it's the 3rd time that you do something that gets it into long-term memory. Think about the first time you made spaghetti, and you're like, oh, you have to look at the stuff. You have to look. You have to figure it out. And then the 3rd time, you're like, oh, I don't need to look at anything. Same idea. So we're going to be saying these things 3 times. That's not going to put it in long-term memory. That kind of counts as 1, but the 3rd time is make you comfortable with it. So as you're coloring, we're going to say at least 3 times as we go through the words. And then the 3rd time you play bingo, then that's going to make it go into your long-term memory. Same thing with all of our see it and say it stuff. So here's me gusta helado. I like ice cream. Me gusta helado. Me gusta, we already talked about earlier. Helado, ice cream. And so we put that together, and they learn those words, and they do that lesson 3 times. And the 3rd time is what puts them into the space of having it in their long-term memory. All right. So I've given about 7 minutes. I'll do a really quick intro while people are still downloading and printing your Lulu. Hey, Lulu. Sorry, in the chat room, one of my former students from the co-op classes for See It and Say It, I love her. So I'm so glad to see you again, even in the chat room. So you're downloading, you're printing your paper, and you're getting ready to color it. You don't need 3 different colors, just 1 color. You can color it however you want. You don't want to scribble it like dark. You want it to be nice and light. We're just giving ourselves something to do while we repeat the words. My name's Suzanne Ghost. I have 5 kids. We've homeschooled since the beginning. I was a public school teacher back in the day before babies. If we think really hard, we can think about that time before babies. And so we're gonna be doing our Spanish together here. I've been homeschooling them all the way through, and I only have 2 left to graduate. So the top 3 are flown and grown, and here we are. And so I love teaching all ages because I just love teaching, and mine are big. So I'm really excited about getting to talk to everybody. So it's so good to see everybody over in the chat room. Here we are. I'm going to hit over to my document camera. If I go before you're ready, that's okay. You can still catch up. And if you're not live, just hit pause, print it out, and there we go. So I'm going to go over to my document camera. Here we are. And this is what you should have. So the scissors are for later. Right now, we're going to start with un bicho. Un bicho is just any kind of bug. Un bicho. So I really want you to kind of think about just coloring it and not really looking at the words at the beginning. It's there so that you have access to it. Notice that we don't have any English on here, but un bicho. Un bicho. I'm going to use amarillo, and we're going to color it, and we're going to say 3 times. Un bicho. The word we use when we want to say, oh my goodness, there's a bug. We say, hay un bicho. Hay un bicho. There's a bug. Hay un bicho. Hay un bicho. So make sure as you're coloring and drawing, you're saying it. Mine looks kind of angry. Hay un bicho enojado. Un bicho. The next one, a lot of us know because there's a song with it. Una cucaracha. Cucaracha, cucaracha. I'm going to use azul and color my cucaracha. It kind of grosses me out. Even though it's a cartoon, it's like disgusting. Una cucaracha. Cucaracha. Don't get it confused with cuchara. Cuchara is a spoon. Cucaracha is a roach. Cucaracha. They still have 6 piernas. They still have 6 legs. 6 piernas. And you're saying it 3 times while you color it. Una cucaracha. I'm like, bleh, ugh, cucaracha. Cucaracha. Un bicho. Una cucaracha. All right, so we can say, oh no, hay una cucaracha. Hay una cucaracha. The next part we're going to use is we're going to talk about the body parts. So this bingo is all about body parts and bugs. And we're hoping that you don't have to use them together. But the first body part we're going to learn is the stomach or the tummy, el estómago. So this literally means stomach. It does not mean tummy. There's another word for that. We're just going to do estómago. El estómago. Yo voy a usar rosa. I'm going to use pink. Estómago. See where the accent is on the O? That part gets the most emphasis. Estómago. Estómago. Now we can already say a sentence. I hope there's not a bug on your stomach. But if there was, you'd say, hay un bicho en el estómago. Hay un bicho en el estómago. And then this is the seat or the bottom of your pants. El trasero. So we know un bicho, una cucaracha. I'm going too fast, aren't I? Sorry. I'm used to waiting for people to say it, and I'm not waiting for you. El estómago, el trasero. El trasero. It's a nice way to say the seat or the bottom. El trasero. El trasero. I have the bolded sound down here. Oh, that one's not bolded. You can underline that. El estómago, cucaracha, un bicho, el trasero. Hay un bicho en el trasero. All right, so that's the first row. So if I got to hear y'all, usually I would let you put together a sentence at this point. Since we're going to be muted over here, if you want to type one over on the right-hand side, if you want to type it out in the chat, then you can type I. The way we say I is, the way we type it is H-A-Y. It looks like hey, but it's not. It's I. Hay un bicho en el estómago. Hay una cucaracha en el estómago. If you want to say there's not one, you say no hay. No hay. Muy bien. Ay. Yeah, that's right. It sounds like that. Good job. Ay. Sounds like the long I sound. All right. Next one. Una mosca. Una mosca is a fly. Una mosca. Hay unas moscas. There are some flies. If you want to make it plural, you can do hay unas moscas. Hay una mosca. There's a fly. Hay una mosca. This is where we get the word mosquito, right? If we make ito at the end of a word, it makes it tiny. So un mosquito is a tiny fly. Una mosca. As you're coloring, you're saying it 3 times. Una mosca. Hopefully there's not one on your neck. But if there was, it'd be el cuello. El cuello. Yo voy a usar azul otra vez. I'm going to use blue again. El cuello. I'm going to draw my arrow here. El cuello. You can see what it sounds like. El cuello. Hay una mosca en el cuello. You can also ask a question. Is there a fly on my neck? Hay una mosca en mi cuello? Hay una mosca en mi cuello? So you just change the way it sounds. Hay una mosca en el cuello. That double L, remember in Spanish, makes a Y sound, like a y. We don't say tortillas, do we? We say tortilla. Here's another double L. La rodilla, our knee. La rodilla. I'm going to use amarilla otra vez. I'm going to use yellow again. La rodilla. La rodilla. La rodilla. La rodilla. Hay una mosca en la rodilla. Hay una mosca en la rodilla. No hay una mosca en la rodilla. No hay una mosca en la rodilla. The last one for this row is la mano. La mano is a little bit frustrating because it ends in an O, but it's feminine. La mano. So it's a feminine word, but it ends in an O. If you know a little bit of Spanish, you might be asking, why is that? It's just the way the language developed. So I'm just going to outline it. I'm going to say la mano. If you know a little bit of Spanish already, you know that to make it plural, we'd say las manos. We would add an S to both of them. Las manos. One hand, or the hand, la mano. One hand, una mano. Lots of hands, the hands, las manos. ¿Hay una mosca en la mano? Is there a fly on the hand? On your hand? ¿Hay una mosca en la mano? All right, so now I'm going to go back to me, and we're going to act out some of these words that we just learned. See if I can choose the right one. Did I do it? I did it! Yay! All right. So we're going to practice some of our words. The first one is el estómago. pat your belly, and let's say it 3 times. El estómago, el estómago, el estómago. Now we're going to do el trasero. Pat your bottom, your own bottom. El trasero, el trasero, el trasero. El cuello, el cuello, el cuello, el cuello. Good job, Lulu. Hay una mosca in. So to say on, you would just say in, E-N, in mi estómago. Good job with the accent too. Hay una mosca en el cuello o en el estómago. Cuello, cuello, cuello. Next one is rodilla. Tap it. La rodilla, la rodilla, la rodilla. And the last one's easy because it makes you clap for me. Las manos. Las manos, las manos, las manos. All right, moving back on to the bingo. Let's go to the next one. Una abeja. Una abeja means a bee. Una abeja. Una abeja. So what we do is we kind of squish the A's together. Una abeja. That's why there's not an extra syllable down there. Una abeja. Yo necesito usar amarillo para eso. I need to use yellow for this. Una abeja. Una abeja. So that's supposed to be a bumblebee. I don't know why I give my mouth. We actually are beekeepers, so this is not very anatomically correct. Una abeja. Espero, I hope, espero que no hay una abeja. Espero que no hay una abeja en la espalda. I hope there's not a bee on your back. Hay una abeja o no hay una abeja en la espalda. La espalda is the back. La espalda. It can also mean like the back of a chair, the back of a book sometimes. It depends, so you can use la espalda for the back of many things, just like we can in English. La espalda. La espalda. La espalda. La espalda. El hombro. Hay una abeja en el hombro. So we're doing 20 words right now, which is a bunch. But when we play bingo, you're going to get a lot more of them than you think you will. Typically, we're able to memorize 6 at a time, so don't get frustrated if you're not remembering all of them. We're just going over them and getting used to saying it right now. Una abeja. La espalda, the back. La espalda. El hombro. El hombro sounds a lot like hombre, which means man. Hombro, with an O at the end, is the shoulder. El hombro. El hombro. El hombro. Remember that the H is silent. El hombro in español. El hombro. And the last one, I hope this is not true. Espero que no hay una abeja en la cabeza. A lot of people already know cabeza. La cabeza. It's up here. La cabeza. La cabeza. Espero que no hay una abeja en la cabeza. Let's do the next row, and then we'll do a little bit more practicing with charades. Well, with actions. Una avispa. I don't know if you've heard of those little mopeds called Vespas. That is Italian for wasp. This is supposed to be a wasp. Una avispa. Una avispa. These guys are mean. Una avispa. Una avispa. The V sounds like a B in Espanol, a soft B. So it kind of has a tiny bit of softness to it, but it's not, it's not like a hard buzz sound. Una avispa. Una avispa. Hola, Rosie. Muy bien. Una avispa means a wasp. ¿Hay una avispa en el codo? I hope not. El codo is your elbow. El codo. El codo. Again, the D, just like the B is kind of soft in Spanish, the D is kind of soft in Spanish as well. So it's not codo. We're not going to, pronounce it really hard. It's a romantic language. That's why I say el codo. So it's almost like a TH sound right there. You don't want to go codo, but it's codo. And of course, it depends on the region that you're speaking in. Wherever your native speakers are from, they'll say it a little bit different. El codo, the elbow. El codo. ¿Hay una avispa en el codo? No, espero que no. I hope not. Una avispa. Una avispa. El codo. El codo es parte del brazo. So el codo es parte del brazo. The elbow is part of the arm. El brazo. El brazo. Just like we don't like the, what what do you call that? Like the vibrations with V's. We don't like the vibrations with Z's either. It's not brazo, it's brazo. So it has an S sound here. El brazo, el brazo, el brazo. Yo voy a usar rosa otra vez. I'm going to use pink again. El brazo. El brazo. I bet Lulu's able to understand a lot of the stuff that I'm saying. She was in one of my classes last year, maybe the year before, but she's all tall and big now. El brazo. And then the last one for this row is, el dedo. El dedo. So again, you want to make that D nice and soft sounding. El dedo. The accent goes, or the emphasis goes on this first syllable. El dedo, dedo, dedo. We use this all the time in class. I'm always saying con el dedo, with the dedo. Touch and repeat. Toca y repite. El dedo, 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 dedo. Yo tengo 8 dedos y 2 pulgares. Dedo, dedo, dedo. I'm going to outline it. Yo voy a dibujar una línea como eso. El dedo. El dedo. 1, 2, 3, 4 dedos y un pulgar. El dedo. All right, let's practice a little bit. I'm going to go back to the top, and we're going to practice with touching our body parts to get used to it. Let me make sure I choose the right camera. Yay, I did it again. Wow, 2 for 2. Here we are. Back to the top. El estómago. El estómago. El estómago. El trasero. So I'm not saying the English this time. Hopefully you're just repeating. I'm glad to see Lulu's growing. I am not growing, Lulu. I'm getting shorter. Está bien. El cuello. El cuello. El cuello. La rodilla. La rodilla. La rodilla. La rodilla. La mano. I love las manos because it makes you clap for me. Las manos. Las manos. Las manos. What's next? La espalda. La espalda. La espalda. La espalda. El hombro. El hombro. El hombro. El hombro. La cabeza. La cabeza. La cabeza. La cabeza. 3 more. El codo. El codo. El codo. El codo. El brazo. Los brazos. Los brazos. Los brazos. Y el dedo. El dedo, 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 dedo. El dedo. Los dedos. Last row. Last row. Let's go to the last row here of your bingo sheet. So you should be coloring as we go. Una araña. Espero que no. I hope not. Hay una araña. Hay una araña. Spider. Con 8 piernas. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 piernas. Whew. And look, there's our next word, la pierna. Una araña. Una araña. Una araña. ¿Hay una araña en la pierna? Espero que no. I hope not. Una araña en la pierna. La pierna is the whole leg. La pierna. La pierna. If I want to make it plural, I would say las piernas. Las piernas. La pierna. La pierna. La pierna. And then el pie, look how it's kind of part of the leg. Isn't that nice? The foot. El pie. That does not mean pie. That's why I don't like to show you the word first. Pie. So we're going to cover that up and we're going to say it. El pie. Las piernas. El pie. Those shoes are not very comfortable looking, are they? El pie. Las piernas. El pie. If we want to say 2 feet, since it's masculine, we have to say los. Los pies. Los pies. Las piernas. Last one. La cadera. That's the hip. La cadera. La cadera. La cadera. Same thing. We're making the D a nice soft noise. Remember in Spanish, the I makes an E sound. El pie. La pierna. Una araña. So for this last row, I'm going to go ahead and say it plural. I'm going to pluralize each one. I'm going to make it more than one. Here we go. Repeat after me for some spiders. Unas arañas. The legs, las piernas. The feet, los pies. And then the hips. Like you put las manos en las caderas. Oops, you couldn't see that top part, would you? Could you? Las manos en las caderas. Not always a good look to put your hands on your hips, especially if you're talking to mama. You don't want to have las manos en las caderas. Okay. So now's the part where we get to cut out these words. So paw is pata. Good question, Lulu. Paw, pata, pata. Let's do las patas up here. Patas if you have paws instead of manos. Boop, boop, las patas. Excelente. You can add that to it, and we'll make it feminine. Las patas. Kind of fun. Kind of, if you have a girl cat, you could have las gatas con las patas. The cats with the paws. All right. So hopefully you've made it all the way down through there. I'm going to be cutting these out, and I'll be saying them as we go. And so this is your chance to go ahead and repeat them as you go as well. The word that we're going to be using is I for there is, or there's not, no I. I, no I. The cool thing is, too, you can say there aren't. So I is there is or there are. So you don't have to worry about conjugating it or making it plural or anything. Here's un bicho. I'm going to keep talking, but while you're cutting yours out, you're just saying your words that you're looking at. Una abeja. Make sure you look at the phonetic spelling so that you're not getting confused. Una avispa. Una araña. We do need to cut off all those little itsy bitsy tabs so that they'll fit on your bingo card. Una araña. Every time you say it, you're going to say it. That's the key to learning a language. See it and say it. Look at the picture and say the word. Un bicho. Un bicho. Covering it up is a good way to learn the word without reading. I'm not trying to teach you to read. I'm trying to teach you to speak. Un bicho. Next one. Una cucaracha. At the top. Una cucaracha. No hay una cucaracha en mi casa. No hay una cucaracha en mi cuarto. No hay una cucaracha en mi cuerpo, on my body. No hay una cucaracha en mi cuello, en mi espalda, en mi codo, en mi pierna. So the word mi means my. I'm mixing them up as we go because I'm going to be playing bingo with you in a second. And I want to make sure they're not in the same order. So what you'll be doing is you'll be putting these cards on the bingo grid. When I call it out, you flip it upside down. When you get 4 in a row, you call out bingo, and then you can message me or Senora Brooke your address, and I will send you some Spanish stickers to say congratulations on your bingo. I'm going to hope to get 5 winners today. So we'll see if we can play until we get 5 winners that I can send some Spanish stickers to through the mail, like real life, actual through the mail. Oh, I didn't repeat these. Lo siento mucho. Let me go back. I did las piernas? I did. Las piernas. El estómago. Get a little bit closer. El estómago. La rodilla. El hombro. El brazo. El pie. Okay, time to play. In that download, not only did you have this color page. Oh, I forgot one list. This is why I need kids to be talking to me. Señora Goss, you forgot one of the rows. El trasero. La mano. Lulu, you wouldn't have let me forgotten that one, would you? You live in England, so I'll totally send it to you. I'm sure we could do that. I'm sure it's not too much to send stickers to England. It's just a little card, right? I bet it'll work. How many stamps would that take? We'll see. El dedo, la cadera. La cadera. Chop off a little extra bit here. El dedo, la cabeza. So if you're doing something while you learn a language, the chances of you remembering is much higher. Las patas. Okay, good. Send your email to Senora Brooke, and then with your address, and then that's how I'll get your stickers sent to you straight from the middle of Texas. So it might take a little while to get your card to England, but it'll get there. Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm mixing them all up. And then, like I said, in your download, you got one of these thingies, right? So what you're going to do next is you're going to lay out your cards. Do it any way you want. You're going to have 4 left over. And that's on purpose because I don't want your bingo card to be the same as everybody else's. So I'm not going to show you. You can do it however you want. Your job is just lay them out. And you'll have 4 left over. While you're doing it, if you'll please say the word. Una cucaracha, un bicho, el trasero. And each person that's playing can have their own card, or you can play as a family, or you can pair up however you want. If you only have one set, that's okay. Everybody can play together because you can touch them and repeat them. So once you get them all laid out however you want, I'll be calling from my stack. Okay, so I just showed you how to do that so that you would understand. Whenever I say, like if I chose one word from my pile and I say, una cucaracha, everybody, hopefully, in the playroom and in the chat room would say, oh, a cockroach. If you have it, you say, lo tengo, I have it, and you flip it upside down. And then if I said la cadera, you flip it upside down. So take your time, and make sure you keep all your things in order, and then when you get 4 in a row, you put over in the chat room, bingo. Oh, not done. Okay, I will wait while we do it. So good. Thank you for letting me know. We're not quite done yet. I tried to cut nice and slow, but I know sometimes kids with scissors versus moms with scissors is a little bit different. So while y'all are still cutting, I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of sentences to practice. So let's say where does H-A-Y, I. Can you share a little about your program? Sure, that's a great idea. I'd love to share about my program. Let me go back to where you can see me. Boop. All right, so I have 2 programs. The one that I think will appeal to most of the people that are on our live session here is Flip-Flop Spanish. Flip-Flop Spanish is the main flagship product. Is called See It and Say It. So what we did was when I was teaching our kiddos and they were little, our second boy has a visual processing disorder. And he still has it, right? There's not like a cure or anything like that. He still has it. But this gave him the ability by seeing the words and hearing it and then laying the sentences out. That gave him the ability to practice and have therapy of physically seeing that item and thinking in Spanish rather than reading and translating. So reading, that was really hard for him in English. And so reading in Spanish just really confused him even more. And then with the different word order for different syntax, different semantics, all that stuff really caused a lot of trouble for him. So he was not excited about learning Spanish. But once we made things where they were just pictures, not only did it give him the confidence to speak, me gusta el helado, I like ice cream, or necesito, right? I need, oops, wrong one. Necesito el helado. I need ice cream. And so once he learned how to say those things based on pictures, not only did he grow in confidence with speaking, but it ended up being therapeutic. And so those synapses in his brain opened up, and now he has a lot more therapy options, and he was able to start reading fluently in English and in Spanish because of the way that this helped to train his brain. So whenever you're trying to figure out, should I learn Spanish? Should I add Spanish to my curriculum? I'm not sure. Yes, you should. The neuroscience shows that not only does it improve your wit, your memory, long-term and short-term memory, facial relationships, all these different things are improved because it opens up synapses that otherwise you just don't use at all, except by communicating in that second language. So here we have, I need, necesito la mesa. Necesito la mesa. Necesito la mesa. I need the table. Necesito el helado. I need the ice cream. Necesito el helado. All right. So that gave you a little bit of practice with the see it and say it cards, which are photo based. Today, again, we made ours cartoon based because we want to have something to do, to color while we're playing our game. And then over here, I'm going to do a couple of flashcard sentences with our new words. I'm going to write down the word I. Promise me that you won't say hey. Okay, everybody practice. I. No I. I. No I. So there is I. There are. I. There's not. No I. There aren't. No I. So the word I is what it sounds like. I'm going to go ahead and write it over here, and it messes with your head because you want it to sound differently, but it's I. Here we go. I'll get it down just a little bit. I. And if I want to say there's not, no hay. No hay una abeja en la cabeza. So this is how you can lay out sentences in practice. No hay una abeja en la cabeza. No hay una abeja en la cadera. Oh, hay una cucaracha en la cadera. That would be terrible. Qué terrible. Hay una cucaracha en la espalda. Es terrible. Hay una cucaracha en el hombro. No hay una avispa en el hombro. So what we're doing here is called the series method, moms. This is whenever we keep the words order a little bit like the same. We have a noun and a noun, but we're kind of using the same format of sentences. It's a great way to practice Spanish, changing up nouns little by little. And they're going to get really a lot of practice with I or no I. So we're going to yell a little bit. Oh, no. Hay un bicho. Hay un bicho en el hombro. Hay un bicho en el hombro. Hay un bicho en la pierna. All right. So that was a little bit of practice. I'm ready to play. I want to make sure we have enough time for everybody to win that's going to win. So let me go ahead and get my cards out here. I'm going to say the English. No, I'm going to say the Spanish. And your job is to call out the English. Or I guess y'all get to, okay, ready. Good. Nice. Either call it out. I guess just call it out because I don't want you to be worrying about typing. Okay, listos? Muy bien, listos. La primera palabra es, the first word is, las piernas. Las piernas. So your job is to find it and flip it over. Las piernas. Were you finding the right one already? If you have it, flip it upside down. If you don't have it, no lo tengo. Sorry, you don't have it. That's okay. It's over on the side. Remember, you're going to have 4 that are on the side that you're not using. La próxima palabra es, the next word is, la mano. La mano. Oh, you were close, Lulu. La pierna is the legs. La mano. Oh, good job, Lulu. La mano is the hands. We also add las patas to it. La próxima palabra es, oh, another body part. La rodilla. La rodilla. Good job. Good job. I see y'all. La rodilla. La rodilla. Flip it upside down. Hopefully you're going to get bingo. It'll be a little bit, so we only have 3. We need 4 for bingo, 4 in a row. La próxima palabra es el brazo. Y'all are doing great in the chat. Muy bien. El brazo. El brazo. Flip it over. Flop it down. Flip, flop, Spanish. El brazo. La próxima palabra es el pie. El pie. El pie. Good. I see y'all. Muy bien. El pie or los pies. Those are some really ugly shoes. Those son zapatos feos. Lo siento mucho. Very sorry. But I wanted to really focus in on los pies. Oh, Lulu, you got a bingo already. Fantástica. Buen trabajo. Excelente. So that's one. I'm going to keep a little record of how many bingos we have. Let's see. Here we are. Un momento. La próxima palabra es... Oh, good question, Jolene. So shoes are zapatos. Feet are los pies. That's a bummer. I didn't want to confuse you. If you think about all of them being body parts, and pies and piernas, see how they kind of connect? Pies, piernas. Shoes are zapatos, but feet are pies. Let me write down Lulu's name so I make sure to check with Brooke. Senora Brooke is going to tell us, give me everybody's address. I actually think I have Lulu's address already, but Lulu, get your mom to email Senora Brooke with your address so I can send you a sticker. All right, we have one winner so far. We need 4 more. Here's Lulu's. Next one. Sorry, I almost said it in English. El dedo. El dedo. El dedo. Dedo, 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 dedo. El dedo. La próxima palabra es el cuello. If you have it, flip it upside down. Oops. Make sure you can see the whole thing. El cuello. El cuello. El cuello. Good job. Y'all are doing fantastic. Next one. La próxima es... Good job, William. Fantástico. La próxima es el estómago. El estómago. El estómago. I always feel like you need a new shirt. If your shirt looks like that, you need a longer shirt. You've grown out of that shirt. But it does show us el estómago. Oh, wow, Rosie and Jolene. Jolene and William and Alan. Oh, my goodness. I think we're good. Rosie, make sure you email Senora Brooke and then Jolene and Alan. Alan and Jolene. Did I get everybody for bingo? Alan, Jolene, William. Not William yet. All right, so since we had enough winners, we've had 4 so far. We're going to, oh, yeah, I got Rosie. Okay, we're going to clear our pages. So clear your charts or flip them right back side over. You can do them again. I'm going to mix them up and we're going to play again. We'll do 3 more winners for the next game. Yeah, we're just right at 45 minutes. So we're going to do 3 more winners for the next game. So if you haven't won yet, don't worry. If you've already won, you can win again. You can absolutely win again. We'll just send you 2 stickers instead of 1. All right, I'm mixing them. Next time you see un bicho, maybe you know the word. Let's practice the bichos real quick while y'all are laying out your cards. I'm just going to go through the bichos. Here's un bicho, una abeja. Un bicho is any kind of bug. Un bicho. Body part, body part, body part. Body part, body part. Cabeza, that's a body part. Piernas. Rodilla. Codo. There we go. Una araña. No es un bicho, right? It's not a bug, but we still call it a bug. Una araña. Una araña. That little squiggly over the end makes it the nya sound, like senora. You don't say senora, you say senora. Una araña. Y'all ready? ¿Listos? Are y'all ready? You can send your email to Senora Brooke, and then with your address, maybe put Flip-Flop Spanish winner or something like that in there, or bingo winner, Spanish bingo winner, so she knows to forward me your shipping address so I can send you your Spanish stickers. Una avispa. Here we go. Una avispa. Una avispa. And I think we have 2 more. Sí. Tenemos 6 bichos. Una cucaracha. That's the easiest one. Una mosca. All right. Hopefully your bingo cards are ready. And we're going to go over these one more time. Then we'll play our last game. Una abeja. Un bicho. Una araña. Una avispa. Una cucaracha. Una mosca. Just like mosquito, but big. Una mosca. Okay, good job practicing. I'm mixing them all in, so don't worry if you have bugs on your cards. We're going to mix them all up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. You flipped them all right side up again. All your cards right side up. If you wanted to swap out some that you didn't use last time and you want to use them this time, you totally can. Here we go. La primera palabra es el dedo. El dedo. El dedo. La próxima palabra es una araña. Una araña. Una araña. Ugh, no me gusta. La próxima palabra es el brazo. El brazo. El brazo. Okay, this will be the first time somebody can have a bingo because we'll have 4 in a row. La próxima palabra es el hombro. El hombro. El hombro. Okay, no winners yet. La próxima palabra es un bicho. No, no es un bicho. Es un parte del cuerpo. El codo. El codo. El codo. William got bingo! Fantastica! Woo-hoo! And Lulu again! Nice, nice. William, did you get 2 bingos or just 1? You can get 1 more winner. 1 more winner. All right. 1 more bingo. Who's it gonna be? La última palabra. We'll see if it's la última. It might be the last word. It might not be. Ooh, el trasero. El trasero. I hope nobody has un bicho en tu trasero. 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 I'm waiting to see. All right, we'll do 1 more. La próxima palabra es las piernas or la pierna. La pierna. Las piernas. La pierna o las piernas. No winners yet? Okay. Oh, William, we got a second bingo. Fantástica. Muy bien. All right. We have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I get to send out 7 stickers to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was hoping for 5 winners. Muy bien. All right. Well, that is a little quick kind of way to let you know how See It and Say It works with Flip Flop Spanish. But this was, we have a ton of games, actually. So if you love this game and you want to play it, we have these over on Flip Flop Spanish. There's 16, 19, I don't know. There's a bunch of video games with all different themes. I try to make sure that they're useful all together. And so body parts, I mean, you can touch them and clap them, but I thought a really good way to remember your body parts is if there's un bicho on any part of your codo, brazos, hombros, cabezas. So I know we only have 10 minutes left, but before we go, let's practice a little bit. Let's see if you can touch your body part before I do. So I'm going to say the word in Spanish, and your job is to say it after me and then touch the right body part on yourself. Don't do it on your brother or your sister. That just causes fights. Just keep las manos to your own cuerpo, your own body. Here we go. Let's see if you remember el codo. El codo. Oh, Jolene, I wish we could play. We're out of time. So we're going to practice a little bit. But I do play games over on Spanish Geniuses on our live classes. So if you wanted to subscribe to Spanish Geniuses, we have Zoom classes twice a week. And we play at least once a month with bingo. Muy bien. Buen trabajo, William. I'm glad you're muy feliz. All right, did everybody touch el codo? El codo. How about el estómago? Oh, muy bien, Lulu. El estómago. That one's pretty easy because it sounds like stomach, doesn't it? El estómago. That was belly or stomach. El estómago. How about el hombro? El hombro. El hombro. Muy bien. Hombro, hombro. And the last one that we'll do is el dedo. El dedo. I use el dedo all the time because I'm always telling you to touch con el dedo, 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 dedo. Muy bien, William. I'm so glad you're learning Espanol. Hombro. Good job, Lulu. Fantastica. You want to send that email to Senora Brooke at the website that's there, and send her your mailing address. And so that way she'll get it to me. And so I'll get those 5 addresses and send you out some Spanish stickers with a little tiny lesson to go with your stickers. Muy bien, Lulu. And that way, con el dedo, I'll send that to you so that you can get your bingo winners. If you want to play again with your family, go to flipflopspanish.com, type in bingo, and this game is just like this with other pictures, other drawings, and I have audio. Whenever you download the bingo, you actually get me saying it and going through the bingo games with you. So you'll have fun playing. All right. I think we're done, Senora Brooke. Do you have, if anybody has questions for me at the end? Oh, you're muted.
I will do that every time. Like, people probably get tired of seeing me talk to myself because I do it all the time. What I was saying was that was amazing. That was great. Thank you. I know my daughter came running in. She was waiting. Her computer froze and she was like, I'm going to miss the next one. So she was playing with you and she had a blast. And I know that everyone else did as well. So everyone who came today, thank you. Don't forget to use your download. And if you want more from Suzanne, then you can always go to flipflopspanish.com. You can check out Spanish Geniuses. I was looking on your website and I was trying to find the link for Spanish Geniuses. I think you said the classes that you do on there. Is there a link to that?
It's just SpanishGeniuses.com. So Flip Flop Spanish is all the physical products for the whole family. And then SpanishGeniuses.com is really geared towards junior hires, like middle school and high school. And so it's a subscription program where you can access all the video courses I've ever done, like ever. And then I add on live classes all the time. I'm so glad, Rosie, that you had a good time. So SpanishGeniuses.com for if you have middle schoolers and up is really the best option. I try real hard to keep kids off of screens before puberty because it really does hinder the language development part of your brain. And so it's not the worst thing in the world, but the as minimal as possible. And so I don't like kids on screens before puberty. After puberty, your brain is ready for that, and your language development has slowed down a little bit. So we really want to do hands-on things, which is why we have the flashcards and interactive things with the family at the table, no screens involved with See It and Say It.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to remind you guys that if you're watching the replay, you can still participate. You can still get your printout. You can still let us, myself or Suzanne, know how much you love the class. I know that she would love to hear from you. So email us, tell us, hey, this is the kind of classes we're looking for. Tell us what you like, what you didn't like. If you struggle with something, let us know so that we can continue to put out content that is good for you and for your family. So again, I want to say that I appreciate everyone for coming today and for joining us. As a reminder, I'm looking at my schedule here. Our very last webinar as a part of this series is going to be Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, and we will have Amelia from StoryQuest come in to teach us the untold stories of writers. So a little bit of mystery going on there, and to give you some tips on writing. And it is, again, an interactive class for kids. So you'll want to join us for that. And don't forget about Monday. Yes, Monday is the homeschool collection preview. So great. And Rosie said that they're going to start Flip Flop Spanish. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here. We want to show you how much fun homeschooling can be. We want to bring the brand to you in your home so that you know what you're getting. We want to show you all of these new things. We want to introduce the brands to you and you to the brands, all of that stuff. Show you that these brands are real people that really love and enjoy these things, that you don't have to get this big box curriculum or whatever, which those things are great.
Right.
I'm not saying that those aren't great, but it is so much more personable when you use programs like this, and that's what we love in our homeschools. So again, thank you all for coming. Don't forget to join us on Thursday. We'll have Amelia with us, and then put on your calendars that preview collection is Monday and that the actual sale starts on Thursday, and it is going to be a great one. So thanks again, Suzanne, for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. And Rosie, since you are in England, I want to let you know, because I think she was the one that was in England, isn't she, Rosie? We don't do international shipping, but Rainbow Resource does. Another great resource for people. Rainbow Resource does international shipping. So don't get frustrated if you can't check out on flipflopspanish.com. Our vendors, Rainbow Resource does have See It and Say It too. All right. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. All right, guys, we'll catch y'all on Thursday. And don't forget to check out Suzanne at flipflopspanish.com.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Adios. Adios.